Hey friends, welcome back to Sip, Spill, and Solve. And today's going to be fun because I've got a very special guest with me, my daughter Kelsey.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be here. I have listened to the podcast from the very beginning. And we also have another special guest, which is my new puppy, Lemon. So if you hear her or hear us distracted, that's okay.
It's little baby Lemmy. She's very, very cute. We're so happy to have you both here. So what we're going to do, well, let me just say this. We're doing some sipping, but we're doing a morning podcast. So I asked Kelsey to pick something, and she picked a mocktail. So would you like to tell us a little bit about what it is?
Sure. I think what did we say it was called? A
Festive punch.
It has some orange juice, apple cider. We have some lemon lime seltzer in there for some fizz. We have Honeycrisp apples and oranges on the rim.
Yep, orange slices in there. I think it's apples and lemon slices too. Yeah. And you can garnish it with cranberries and rosemary.
Yes, it's very yummy.
It is very, very yummy.
But it is a mocktail. Unlike Mom and Jean, I don't want to be sloshed at 11 o'clock.
Okay. Excuse me. I may or may not have said to Kelsey, a little bit of gin in mine.
Typical,
I know. So anyway, so what we decided to do so Jean is out of town, and I didn't want to miss 2 podcasts because we didn't have one last week because Jean's mother got ill. So anyway, I decided that we would just do something fun. And so Kelsey has not had really any prep time. And what we're doing is I'm going to read her the stories, and then we're going to get her like real reactions and like raw reactions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. I'm ready.
You ready for this one? Okay. I was going to say, so we're sipping the mocktail while we're doing this. And so we'll see.
We will see.
We'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Right. Okay. And you're going to need them once I start. Even that you're going to wish you had gin in it.
Okay.
Once I start. Because today's case, we're going to talk about Sarah Jane Harvey. So she's a woman in Wales who opened a cupboard while she was in the hospital and found a fully mummified woman wrapped inside.
Ew.
With the stocking tied around her neck.
A mummy.
What was a mummy? Where's the daddy? No, it was
Mummy in Wales.
A mummy in Wales. We love that. Anything in Wales, we love. So anyway, so let's get into it. All right. So, dun, dun, dun. I know, you're a little awkward. You're a little awkward. No. Why? Because Jean and I have like our yin and yang, you know? And you and I do have our separate yin and yang. But I think bringing our yin and yang into the public forum,
it's a little exposing. However, to everybody out there, we always feel like we're extremely funny.
Yeah, we're hysterical.
Myself in particular. So this is going to be a true test. Whether it's just do we just think we're funny, or are we truly funny?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So maybe we'll do a poll.
Or maybe not.
I mean, just let us live in the bubble.
Just tell us we're funny.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to read this to you.
Okay.
All right. And this is it's called The Discovery.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So in 1963, now we're going back in time. Okay. I found this case because it came up recently. I'm not exactly sure why. I think just because it was like creepy vibes for Halloween, but I just found it so intriguing. Okay. So 1963, in the quiet seaside town of Rhyl, Wales, a woman named Sarah Jane Harvey fell ill and was taken to the hospital. And while she was there, her adult son went to her house to clean up and keep things in order.
Okay. I mean, that's a nice gesture by him, right? Just to help his mom out.
A lot of men don't do that.
Right.
So, yeah. Anyway. So he decides to open the cupboard under the stairs, which they call in those days the airing cupboard.
Okay.
Because I think that's where they kept the linens, and I believe that air was flowing through there. I could be completely wrong, but I think that it was called an airing cupboard for a reason.
Okay. Right. It's also where they stored Harry Potter.
Oh,
do you remember?
The airing closet.
The airing closet. Poor guy. Aww. So it makes sense that they're hiding their
linens.
Well, no, if that's where the mummy was discovered, you gave the spoiler alert in the first line. Yes. We already know how it ends.
Stop it. You hush. Okay. So anyway, so she kept it locked. For years, she kept it locked.
I wonder why.
She'd be like, and be like, "Did you get me a set of sheets?" And then, like, you can never send somebody to get sheets.
Yeah.
You have to get them yourself.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if she kept it locked.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So, anyway, so he forced the door open for whatever reason, and he found a fully mummified woman lying on blankets. Her body had been there for over 20 years, and there was a stocking tied tightly around her.
That's disgusting. So by mummified,
Yes.
how could you not, like, if he lived in that house, how could he not have smelt it?
I don't know.
And what does, like, mummified meaning?
I think that means like somebody's not embalmed
Yeah.
or anything like that, and just like for whatever reason, the natural because usually body would decompose.
Right.
So I think because of the airing cabinet.
You barely had anything to drink.
Well, I haven't had anything to eat.
Oh.
So therefore, okay. So with the airing cupboard, I'm assuming that because air flows through there, perhaps that mummified it. Could possibly.
I don't feel like that makes any sense.
Well, she was laying on blankets.
Because if air flows through, then you'd think that it would waft through the house too.
I'm sure. I mean, who knows? Who knows what freaking happened Sarah was doing? Maybe she had like sachets in there or something.
I mean, again, I feel like there's a lot.
There's a lot
of questions I have when it says that it's mummified.
Well, you should Google that quick. Anyway, so oh, good Lord. The woman was eventually identified as Frances Knight, a lodger who lived with Sarah in the early 1940s. And one day, Frances simply vanished.
Okay.
I'm pausing for your reaction.
I mean, she clearly didn't vanish.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So neighbors assumed that Frances had moved away during the war, but nope, she'd been hidden in that cupboard the entire time.
Again, I don't understand how they didn't smell it.
I know.
That's just a mystery.
I know. Maybe that like son had like olfactory problems.
I mean, he's a boy.
Yeah.
You know, I think men can sometimes just naturally have an odor.
It's a subject for a whole other podcast. The smell of men. Yeah. Or the lack thereof of them being able to smell things.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which is good. And sometimes. But anyway, okay. When the police examined the remains, they found grooves around Frances's neck, consistent with a stocking tied in a reef knot.
Okay. So that could, I guess, lend itself to her being
Strangled.
murdered.
Murdered. You guys have to know, we practice saying that. That's right.
Sorry.
From Hamish Macbeth. If anybody of you like listen to any MC Beaton books or whatever, it's always murder.
You know, I was say it, weren't you? I'm clearly overdoing it with the British accent, but I can't.
So it's okay.
Apologies.
It's okay. All right. Anyway, so that's why they say like a reef knot, like it's like a Boy Scout thing, you know?
Yeah. Like a little neck scarf kind of thing.
Exactly. So that's what made police think it looked like strangulation, but the body was too mummified to tell for sure. So
that it's not like they could autopsy it, is what you're saying.
Right, exactly.
I guess it's been 2 decades or whatever. So,
but can you imagine? Let's just harken back into the sun. You open up the cupboard and you find a mummified body. Would that not like scar you for the entire rest of your life?
Obviously. I mean, but I wonder if he's always wanted to know what's in that locked cupboard and like what his mom had been saying to him is the reason why it's been locked.
Exactly. And you know, that would be a great novel.
There you go.
Maybe my next novel shall be this. I don't know. Okay, so Sarah claimed she had no idea that Frances was dead in the cupboard. Okay, then she claimed Frances must have died in there. Then she said she was too frightened to tell anyone. Okay. Comment on that.
Wait, say that again.
Sarah claimed she had no idea Frances was dead or in the cupboard. Then she claimed Frances must have died in there. Quote, must have died in there. Then she said she was too frightened to tell anyone.
Okay, so she's lying and changing her story multiple times.
Because what? Frances just climbed into the cupboard and just died.
And died. And the cupboard just happened to stay locked all
right,
these
right.
years.
And Sarah never ever opened it or needed a sheet or a towel or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so crazy.
Now, here's something else. She also kept cashing Frances's maintenance payments for 20 years.
Oh, okay.
So she wasn't too scared to check a cash. I mean, cash.
Yeah, that makes it even more fishy.
Right. Very interesting. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
It goes beyond belief. Yeah. Anyway, so Sarah Jane Harvey, she was charged with murder. Murder. But because of the age of the remains, the court couldn't prove how Frances died. And Sarah was found not guilty of murder.
But
she was found guilty of fraud for taking Frances's money.
Okay.
So basically, we can't prove you killed her, but we can prove you were financially motivated. Okay, come on.
Yeah, that just seems too much of a coincidence because she just thought the woman up and left and didn't change her address or whatever and didn't need that money to live.
Sketchy.
Is this a dumb criminal? Is this a dumb criminals segment?
No. This is the real thing. So, okay, and then let's address the ligature thing around her neck, right?
Okay.
So what Sarah said, according to sources, was that so back in the day, they would put what they call like a poultice or something like that, like around your neck if you had a cold.
Mm-hmm.
Like Frances is saying that she died of pneumonia, and that was what was tied around her neck. Was this?
So she just crawled in the closet to die of pneumonia? Didn't hear her hacking away in there?
No, she figured it might have been soft in there. Right, no.
But it's like, did anybody actually prove that she had stored linens in there?
I can't answer that.
Is that just you're just assuming that there are linens in there?
No, I think one of the articles read that he pulled out some blankets or some things that found the money. Okay, but I just had a really good thought now. I can't think of what it was. Oh, shoot. Oh, I know. What if the poultice, whatever, was like eucalyptus and like lovely things like that, and it masks the smell?
I don't think anything can mask the smell of a body decomposing.
Yeah, or mummifying.
Yeah. But again, I don't understand how she could be mummified in there.
Maybe Frances did something to like or Sarah did something to like.
Maybe she hadn't always been stored there. Maybe she, like, you know what I mean? Maybe.
Isn't a mummy like how do you to mummify someone? I thought you had to like wrap them or like King Tut,
or they had to be like enclosed in something. You know what I mean? Like you hear of like mummified remains that were like buried, like in like dirt or clay or like I'm thinking of like they uncover like ancient mummified bodies from ash or whatever.
Okay, here's the thought. What if I'm completely wrong on what an airing closet is and there's like no circulation and that's how she mummified?
Yeah, maybe it was just like so enclosed, no airflow.
Right, it had to have been.
No exposure. But then,
because I can't imagine like if that's where you kept your linens or whatever, which you don't really keep them under the steps, I wouldn't think. But anyway, that you would go in there, let's pull out a towel and then like, oopsie.
Yeah.
That's just,
I don't know. I think we've led astray. You think an airing closet is. So
I think that it would have been smart if I would have
Googled what an airing closet is.
Yeah. Maybe we should do that.
Yeah, well.
Okay, we'll Google that. We'll get back to you on that. So anyway, so for 30 years of cashing her checks, come on.
Yeah, that seems very obvious. Obvious that she knew she was gone and
right. Now the story she gave was that Frances died. She panicked. Back in the day, thinking that people would blame her for Frances's death. Well, why would somebody blame you for your death if it wasn't suspicious?
Yeah,
I think it's because she strangled her.
Yeah,
for her money.
Yeah,
what's wrong with that? Yep. So anyway, that's the story. And then I think that was in 1970 that came out.
Oh wow.
So yeah, so Sarah Jane's passed on since then.
Yeah,
stuff like that. But yeah, she was in jail, but she wasn't in jail for very long.
Yeah,
for fraud.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I think she should have been charged.
Thomas, what's the moral of the story? You got to go with that side eye. Is there a If you're gonna strangle your house guest,
put him in the air cabinet or whatever it's called,
and lock it
because it's a foolproof method.
That's right. And throw away the key.
Yeah.
That's the end.
Well, that was very unsatisfactory.
Sorry. It's fine. I just thought it was an interesting one.
It was an
I wanted to get your reactions to that.
Yeah.
But even more so, I want to get your reactions to the next segment, which is our dumb criminal, our wine, and what the hell segment, which is Kelsey's favorite segment.
Let it be known, listeners. From day one, I've been asking Mom and Jean to change the name of this segment. Because I hate the name.
She hates it.
Do y'all get it? Do you get what wine, and what the hell? Do you get it? I'm wondering.
Like, you drink wine, you're like, well, there's not really a wine.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of what the hell.
Yeah. It's like a wine and what the hell maybe, but not a wine, and what the hell. Glad we could talk through this.
Okay, well, maybe we can figure that out. I don't know. So, you ready on this one?
I am.
Okay, so now, since we covered the literal mummy in a cupboard, we need a dumb criminal who fits the vibe, and I found the perfect one. Okay. So, a man in Kentucky, he robbed a liquor store with his entire head wrapped in toilet paper, like a mummy, to hide his identity.
Okay. That's one way to mask yourself, I guess.
I guess full Charmin could, sure. The problem was...
I wonder what ply it was.
Well, it's like...
Is it Charmin?
Okay. I'm going with the gin. I'm drinking the gin. Well, I was thinking like when you say ply, like Ed likes that single ply Scott.
Yeah, right. So you basically like wipe and it goes right through your toilet paper. You might as well just wipe with your hands.
Well, okay. Or like if you were gonna use Scott tissue to do your head, it'd take like 10 molds.
Mm-hmm.
But if you use Charmin,
yeah,
you know. But it does.
This is not an ad, but Charmin, if you ever want to sponsor. Cha cha cha, Charmin.
Oh, good Lord. Jean, back, Jean.
Okay. It's going to be your most listened to podcast.
The toilet paper doesn't stay still, right? So by the time he ran out the door, the teepee unraveled behind him like a wedding veil. Police followed the literal paper trace to his apartment.
How much TP did he have?
Probably a lot. And then as it went, and so he mummified himself, but he still couldn't handle a decent crime.
Yeah, but like,
don't try to, you cannot, you don't understand. You can't understand these dumb criminals. That's what they're dumb.
Right. But I guess I'm just trying to think logistically. Like, at what point did it unravel? Because how close did he live to what was he trying to,
rob a bank.
Oh, a liquor store.
A liquor store.
This was the liquor store to his apartment.
Can't tell you.
Right? Like,
okay, so by this point in the podcast, usually Jean and I have had like some alcohol. We don't question these things.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you have a sober guest.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to debunk everything and make sense of it. Like, I get it was a dumb criminal, but...
Okay, this really makes sense only because as you unwrap it, wouldn't you twirl? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
and maybe it fell off his head and like was caught his pants. Like,
it doesn't make sense at all. Where do you find these stories?
I can't tell you, but it was a good story.
Was it a good story?
Because I think it was kind of a good story.
I mean, it was funny.
Is the operative word. So until you got a hold of it.
Again, I'm just trying to. Yeah, it would have to like curl around
his head.
His head to come off.
Can you imagine running and like
yeah. Unless he was just like ripping it off, trying to get away.
Possibly.
I don't know. I mean, did he get the liquor?
No.
So he did not get the liquor.
He didn't get the liquor, and he ran away.
Sure.
I know. Maybe I need more detail on the story.
This is a really good story.
It's a really good drink.
It's a really good drink.
Very
highly recommend.
No,
it's a nice, refreshing morning drink.
Sans gin.
Yeah. It has kind of a mimosa vibe, so it would be good with champagne.
That's
or
true.
like a Prosecco in it or something.
That's true. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very lovely. That's it. Well, what do you think?
Quick. Once, got the little beginning nerves out of the way.
I know, I told her it's podcasting is not, it's like having a conversation, and just have to kind of stay on track, but Jean should be back next week. So as always, please tune in. If you need to get in touch with us, you can reach us at our Gmail at sipspillsolve@gmail.com. We have our Facebook, which is sip-spill-solve. Instagram, same thing. And don't forget our merchandise. Christmas is coming.
Yes, it is.
And I think that I know Kelsey would like to have her whole Christmas just be merchandise from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sweatshirt, t-shirt, all the things, right?
Allegedly.
So anyway, that's it from Kelsey's living room in McSherry's town. So we say cheers. Cheers and chin chin, and thanks for listening.